Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, the internet, and the like, and welcome to Serious Sam, the second encounter. Picking right up where we last left off with Serious Sam, Sam has completed his journey to Egypt in the first encounter, and now we are going to move on to the next game in the series. Now, this game I consider to probably be the best out of all Serious Sam games, because it basically took what was good in the first encounter and made it better. So they added new weapons, new enemies, new worlds and environments. It's a good game. So I'm not going to waste much time rambling on it. We are just going to begin with a new game, and as per tradition, we are going to be doing hard difficulty. So let's start off with a little bit of backstory. Once upon a time, early in the 22nd century, Earth was under a severe attack from Mental's minions and humankind was about to vanish. Sam Stone, world's bravest hero, was sent back in time to change the past and save humankind from total annihilation. Using the ancient artifact called the Time Lock, left on Earth by an ancient alien race, Sam was teleported into Dar el-Bahri. This was a great temple built by the female Egyptian ruler, Hatshepsut. Wandering throughout the whole land of Egypt, Sam discovered traces of the Sirian civilization, the one that left the Time Lock artifact behind. He found out about their spaceship, hidden somewhere inside the solar system. Of course, Mental was restless. It sent its evil servants into ancient Egypt to make Sam's life miserable. But serious as ever, Sam knew how to treat evildoers. And look at that badass pose while enemies dance around Sam. He cleared his path all the way to the Great Pyramid, and you can actually see a little health power up in there. I'm not sure if you can see that in the video, but it's there. And there was the mighty Ugzan III, a vicious warlock and one of Mental's toughest servants, who stood in Sam's way. Or like he was about to crush him or something, but that never really happened, of course. But standing in Sam's way is not the smart thing to do. And then Ugzan just dissipated into a bunch of sparkles. After a glorious battle, Sam defeated this giant, and walked into a teleporter that could have possibly killed him, but apparently didn't kill him, even though it worked on Ugzan. And he teleported himself onto the spaceship. I'm not even sure if that's even a teleportation. It looks more like he got sucked into the spaceship by a tractor beam, but I'm not gonna nitpick about this anymore. And now, ... Serious Sam goes to Sirius. Or does he?
We're losing them. We'll never get them like this. We need more power. We need to go to hypercrane. All right, everybody, hold on to your cranes, cause here goes. Was already broken! Oh my god, they're gonna crash!
What was that? No, I'm going down. Going down where? Pyramids? Egypt! Egypt! No, not Egypt again!
Interesting note, they actually removed that intro in the HD remake of the second encounter because they said it was way too silly. And if it looked like I cut the recording right there, I did not, in fact, go to my desktop and see if that recording turned out without my voice being drowned out by the music or anything. So, Palenque, Sierra de Chiapas. This is a long description. It seems that something has hit our spaceship and we were forced to land. I don't know if Mental has its fingers in this. My sensors sensed some yelling just before the collision. Fortunately, I've gathered a lot of useful information while we were on board. I was connected to the main computer and I downloaded an enormous quantity of data. I still need to process a lot of this. Regardless, according to what I've processed up to now, we still have a possibility to finish our mission successfully. You see, Sirian's left a backup device for traveling to distant galaxies, if something happened to the original SSS Enterprise. Well, something happened. Yet, I can't figure out what that backup transport vehicle is. What I know for sure is that it's somehow connected with the Holy Grail and its magical powers. We need to get the Holy Grail and our mission will continue. So, everything is fine. Well, almost everything. There is only one problem. We have crashed in South American mountains, Sierra de Chiapas, near the ancient Mayan city of Palenque. That's around 400 years away from the location of the Holy Grail. Bad karma, I guess. Luckily, the Sirians left a solution for this problem. They left one locked teleport to each major civilization that has appeared on the face of the Earth. Therefore, one was left with the Mayans. My assumption is that it should be placed in the city of Teotihuacan, one of the largest Mayan cities of that time. I mean, this time. Anyway, we should find our way to that city which I can never pronounce properly. Good luck, my brave one! And if we look at our weapons, we see we have a show field and a military knife. So, pretty basic already. And the game is paused because I went to my desktop, but it's okay because I have an unpause button! And if you swim right down immediately at the very start of the level, there is actually a secret down here that's definitely worth getting because it will allow you to access a few more secrets. If you can't tell what that is, it is in fact a secret rocket launcher. Now, the tricks and messages that I'm going to be reading, I'm probably just going to be reading the ones that are related to the level. So, I'm probably not going to be covering anything about the weapons. You can pause the video and read about those if you'd like. But otherwise, I'm just going to be ignoring them throughout the level, so that way we can at least progress through. And the armor is apparently secret, and now we have dual show fields! Most excellent. And a phone booth, which looks kinda like a British phone booth. And it happens to have an outdated joke inside.
Hello, operator? Give me Las Vegas.
Hello?
Blondie, is it you?
No, it's Jones.
Ah, when will he come?
He will come when he's done, boy.
Done with what? I've been waiting forever for him to show up.
And in case you have no idea what that is referencing Duke Nukem Forever, which has been released and I heard it was terrible. From most people. Anyway, let's just move on with the game now. So, we have to swim towards that beautiful looking weapon over there, which happens to be a chainsaw, which is the first new weapon of the game, and the chainsaw is pretty awesome. So, let's pick it up. Yeah.
Look, Ma, I'm a lumberjack.
Oh yeah. Now, there is actually something I kind of want to demonstrate here before we move on to the level. So, you see this dock? There's actually a secret message if you destroy the dock, I believe. So I'm going to do a little quick save. I believe if you destroy it right, Netrixa will say something. Yes, she says, boom. I don't know, it's just a neat little bit of hidden text right there. It's not really mandatory, but if you want to destroy the dock, then go right ahead. I mean, if you're really worried about saving rockets, don't worry. That's not exactly a problem after all. So, Trix has something to say. The Lost Valley. I activated my ultrasound sensors and probably scared away all the birds and animals. Readings are really interesting. There is a temple at the end of this valley, which means that we are closer to Palenque than I initially thought. Cool. The data I gathered back in the spaceship is really useful. Like I said, the portals are locked, but for every lock, there is a key. The sacred item needed for the activation of the portal in that city is located somewhere in the Valley of the Jaguar. When we get close, I should be able to detect its magical presence. Then I'll be able to tell you what it looks like. For now, just proceed towards the temple. Well, it sounds simple enough. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, by the way, in the HD remake of this game, if you destroy enough trees with the chainsaw, you can actually get a secret weapon. That's kind of cool. And oh look, the first enemy of the game. You all remember those guys? Those are Gnars! And Gnars are very gnarly. Oh, that was a terrible pun. So as you can see, the chainsaw is a really fun weapon, but I am still going to be giving the knife a fair chance whenever I can.
My old love.
And we also have the shotgun back with us. We do get quite a lot of weapons in the first level of the game, because these levels in the second encounter are much considerably longer than the ones in the first encounter. So they're gonna go on for a while, and chances are I'll be splitting up a lot of the recordings that I do. And of course we have the headless people back. Can't forget the headless people. And there are the kamikazes. Kamikazes are probably the most important additions to any Serious Sam game. So let's just go ahead and do them justice and blow them up so that way they can stop screaming their invisible heads off. Yeah, I've pretty much decided that their heads are invisible at this point. And if you don't know what that green guy was out there, that was a beheaded bomber. And I pretty much just shot him out of instinct, so that's why you didn't get to see him up close. But don't worry, that shall happen again eventually. And these are clear skeletons. So yeah, we pretty much haven't seen any new enemies yet, although we will be encountering one fairly soon. I can guarantee you that. But for the time being, we're just going to be getting used to fighting some of the older enemies of the game. Let's go pick up this armor. Plenty of messages, plenty of things to read, and shells. What could possibly go wrong? Blink, blink. And look, it's a bull! Ooh, yeah, he's noticed me, okay. I don't think he made the, oh no, it's Serious Sam, I should make a noise to let him know that I have noticed him sound. Like most other enemies would, but you know. It's okay, he was running towards me all along, so that's all that matters. I believe if we wait here long enough, then a guy with a chainsaw should start running towards. Yeah, there he is. This is one of the new enemies of the game, who you can have plentiful chainsaw battles with. And it's fairly simple to fight him, just kind of circle straight from when he runs towards you like a bull. And yeah, he pretty much has the same behavior of a bull, only he's a bit slower. And there's a reptiloid. If you remember those guys, they are mean bastardy meanies who shoot green energy balls at you. And I had to clear my throat because the only thing I really had this morning, today, was a cup of coffee. And that's pretty much the only thing that's keeping me going right now.
The doorman should wear a suit.
Oh yeah. And now that the door has opened, because the doorman has been eliminated, we can proceed with moving on with the level. Yeah. And being scared by skeletons! Because skeletons are not good in this game. They are in fact very bad. And this is where you would find the secret weapon and ammunition in the HD remake if you cut down enough trees. There's nothing over there out in that valley, but in the HD remake, if you do pick up that weapon, then I think it spawns a Highlander in harder difficulties. And yeah, you might need some rockets for that. Fortunately, if we go this way, this is where we can find rockets. So, this is why I'm saving the rocket launcher for. Technically, you only need one rocket to open this door, but I like conserving rockets anyways. And here you can see we have found the Croteam once again. So now, they kind of act similarly to how they acted in the first encounter. They basically all have to say hello to you, and then they all just go running off doing their own thing. Unfortunately, their AI can be a little bit buggy sometimes, and they have to repeat the same thing over and over again before they're actually done. Yeah. And they have halos too, so it's like they died and went to heaven or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, you can see they're all running off. I believe they all run off towards the spaceship, and they're just kind of continuing on this, like, predestined path. I don't know. I could go following them if I wanted to, but I don't really feel like doing that at the same time. So, we're just going to go inside the secret entrance, which happens to be a secret Hall of Fame, which has a disco ball and secret rocket ammunition. So let's watch the show. And oh, look at that. It is the Croteam. Interesting thing about this little disco ball right here, if you look at it closely, I think it's actually a reflection of the technology test level from the first encounter. If you don't know what that is, it is basically just a level with like 2 buildings in Egypt, and there's just this giant outdoor area with a blob in the center. If you go in those buildings, then it shows off what the series engine can do. Yeah, I can listen to this song all day. I do believe I actually have it uploaded somewhere on my channel, so if you want to listen to it, then I can possibly link it in the description below if I remember to. But yeah, that is the Secret Hall of Fame. It's probably one of the cooler secrets of this game. Because, I don't know, the secrets in this game I find are a lot better than the first encounter. It has some pretty funny ones. That being one of them. And here's one that's worth going to. And you'll find out that Sam does indeed hate crates.
I hate crates.
And I think the reason of the crate bus existing is because I think it's another joke of how in Croatia there is no Croatian word for crate or something like that. Just like the crate pyramid secret in the first encounter. Yeah. But yeah, Sam hates crates. No explicable reason why, he just hates crates. I think there's only about maybe 6 or 7 kamikazes that spawn here. I believe in serious mode, they're replaced with clear skeletons, and that's not really pleasant. Okay, maybe I was wrong, maybe it's 9 kamikazes. That's fair enough. And we get a nice look at the spaceship all the way over there, which does look pretty amazing. It looks a lot better in Serious Sam HD, but that is not the game we're playing! We are playing Serious Sam Classic, where it all began. And there is a revolver out there, which I forgot to pick up, and since I don't want that revolver to be all alone in its glorious life, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And then maybe Sam will grow a 3rd arm, so that way he can carry 3 revolvers. That would be amazing. I would love it if they added that to the game. But yes. And now we can move on to where our next new weapon of the game is, which happens to be, if Sam can run there any faster, a sniper rifle! Yay! Let's go ahead and pick it up. And get a quick little cutscene about the area of which we are going to next. Oh, that doesn't look good. And thankfully it hasn't noticed us yet, so I can actually read the message about when the Trix has to say for it. Okay, here's your chance to test that sniper rifle. Aim, stop breathing, gently squeeze the trigger, and watch them fall. Now, the sniper rifle is probably one of those powerful weapons in the game. So, if you remember the adult arachnoids in the first game, which is that thing right there, it would take 4 rockets to kill it. And this game, the way the sniper rifle works is that unzoomed, it does like virtually no damage, but if you zoom in, even if you just like tap the zoom trigger and then shoot immediately, it does a hell of a lot of damage. So, there's one shot. 2 shots with the sniper rifle takes it out immediately. And that's what makes this weapon really, really good. And it's also pretty handy against fighting harpies. Now, one thing that the HD remake took out with the sniper rifle is that if you actually zoom in and you use the scroll wheel, you can actually adjust your zoom. Like, just really quickly. I'm not sure why they removed that in the HD remake, because it's actually a really handy feature. But, whatever floats their boat, or Croteam. And I'm just going to go ahead and destroy that one skeleton right there. And watch this guy, for some odd reason, jump the fence. Because, yeah, they could do that in the first game. Also, technically, you don't actually have to wait for these gates to open, because I learned in Garrett's Serious Sam the second encounter playthrough, you can actually just jump right through these bars, or this bar, if you jump and duck. Although I'm kind of bad at it. There you go. So yeah, you don't have to wait for that gate to open, you can just go ahead and jump right in if you wish to speedrun this level quickly as is.
Serious speed.
And this is a power-up, which I didn't explain first already, but I don't care at the same time. Serious speed makes you run fast, if you couldn't figure it out already. It's a pretty awesome power-up, but it does not last very long, unfortunately. So you have to make the best of it with what you got. What? Where's that guy? Oh, he's over there. What are you doing, silly Billy? But yeah, serious speed does not last very long, but it is still a pretty awesome power-up. I'm gonna go ahead and go after the guy who's apparently still throwing bombs at me. Oh, there you are. Hey! I wouldn't advise you melee beheaded bombers like that, because if you do stay behind where a bomber's corpse is, it will blow up and you'll get sort of hurt by it. Getting hurt by explosions is not really good in this game, as I've learned from my experience with major biomechanoids.
Now you're all fired.
And we have a flamethrower, which I'm not going to use right now because the chainsaw is cooler against these guys. And the flamethrower is also a pretty powerful weapon, which actually has a plentiful amount of ammunition, so it doesn't waste ammunition as fast as, like, the minigun, I'd say, because you only need to burn something just a little bit, and it will take a serious amount of afterburn damage. It makes it a really good weapon. As you can see, I only shot, like, just a bit of flamethrower juice at it, and yeah, it pretty much just died immediately. So, that's the flamethrower for you. It's a pretty good weapon. And plus, using it against an enemy we'll see later on, it's just really funny. You shall see why when the time comes. So now, we're going to shoot this pumpkin-headed enemy in the face again, which is actually called Cucurbito the Pumpkin. And it's pretty much just a muscular dude with a pumpkin on its head, who's also a construction worker, apparently. I don't know, he wears overalls, so that makes him a construction worker, automatically. I don't know why I ever made that connection, but to me, that's just always been the way it's been. Like, well, I wanted to jump on there, but I guess I couldn't. Oh, stop screaming at me. That's no way to treat a lady. Meh. There should be another one of those Zoom-oo creatures. Is that guy, which we saw earlier briefly, but he died too quickly to my sniper rifle, and I forgot to explain it. But yeah, I'll probably go over what the new enemies are at the end of the level. There's really no point in going in that building except for fighting Nars, so if you want to do that, then by all means go right ahead. And I forgot to turn Skype notifications off, so if you hear that in the video, I do apologize. So I'm probably going to pause the recording real quick and just go ahead and turn that off.